Cambridgeshire Fens. It's 7:15. We've come to a couple of friends of mine, game cover crops and maize, sweet corn. Just coming out to see how early the birds are leaving the roost wood first thing in the morning, and whether they're feeding first thing in the morning or whether it's an all-day affair. So we're just going to pull onto a couple of fields very quickly and just see how many birds are about this early in the morning. That's what the birds do, you see. Most of the time they sit on the dirt, on the ground, and just fly 10-15 yards back onto the maize. We've found in past years it's very, very difficult to decoy the birds straight onto the maize. We've always had a lot more success either shooting the ground, one side of the maize, or like the wheat or the barley or whatever's drilled the other side. Well, this tends to be the magical crop, as you can see. Maize or sweet corn. You can see that the field is absolutely covered in it. The birds get to find it usually in 3 or 4 days, and after it's cut we normally shoot the field within a week. The number of pigeons there are in the area at this moment in time, we may shoot it a little bit earlier than normal, because obviously the volume of birds that there are about, they will eat this fairly quickly. 100,000 shots, 5 years old, 1 top lever spring. If there's a more reliable gun on the market or something like that for the amount of money it is, I don't know what it is.
The strong wind makes the pigeons fly past us high up. They seem to be heading for some fields farther away. Setting the decoys up so that they attract the pigeons is always a challenge. But Alan knows what he's doing. Pigeons are very unpredictable, and you never know what they're gonna do. Alan takes advantage of some quiet moments to pick up the shot birds. He wants to use them as decoys. In combination with a good field and a perfectly camouflaged hide, hopefully they will soon attract some more pigeons. Alan uses a Browning gun with quarter borings on both barrels. It makes hitting at long range difficult, but easier for short range success. The pigeons often come in large gangs, presenting good chances for right and lefts. On the other hand, Alan doesn't want to scare away too many birds by shooting at gangs of maybe 50 or 100 birds. Even a seasoned pigeon shooter like Alan misses sometimes. But he quickly makes amends.
Coming from the fen again, just going left-handed of us. They should swim with the wind now. Now they're carrying on up that edge, one on the decoy, fairly high, just decoying.
Alan draws on years of experience and refrains from shooting at this large gang, but he's tempted.
I'd love to shoot one of those for you.
Tens of thousands of shots have made Alan an excellent shot indeed. This right and left marks the start of some golden minutes where almost every shot kills a bird.
see, it's now 11 o'clock in the morning. And that's what one pigeon can eat by 11 o'clock in the morning. So obviously they've been getting into one of the pieces that we thought we got blanked off. So obviously now we've got to go and check, make sure all the flags are doing their jobs. There you go, one pigeon. Imagine how much 5,000 would eat. So I just picked these few long ones up. What I've done, I've put a pine wood floater out there. The birds seem to be drifting and the wind's blowing that way. Instead of going in the hole, the birds are flicking back out the right hand side of the decoy pattern and going across the field too far out, 60, 70 yards out. So I'm going to try and lengthen this leg and get the birds back in the hole to your left hand.
Jim is ready in his hide. He has placed himself between a wheat field and a maize field. Both these fields have produced large bags before this time of year, so Jim is very ready. Is it going to be another red letter day?
So we've got everything in our favour. There's a good stiffish 20-25 mile an hour wind from the southwest behind the hide. It seems very funny that the sweet corn on the maize is behind us and we're decoying on the wheat for the favourable conditions, so we're wind in our back.
Invisible to the birds, but the open structure of the netting allows him to see them.
As you can see, the main problem we've got today is the sun shining directly in the hide. And the birds come across the decoys, left to right, slightly blinded. This is why I put this piece of conifer up, just to act as a bit of a blind. That's the wrong bloody sort. There was a pigeon in there, but there was two ferals as well. Here, ready? Sun's making it very difficult. A new 32-inch Browning trap gun, straight out the box today. A bit severe for what we're using today. Totally untouched, 3/4 and a bit more than full. And already shot 60 birds, got in a bit of a lump. Needs some shaving off the top here to match the other gun. So I just think that's a very, very robust, strong, sturdy gun and ultra reliable. And while you're doing this job, like I am, what more could you ask for? So there we go. Well, we've got a little bit of lull in the action. I don't really like how they're decoying. They're coming in low, very low across the sun and getting blinded while you're trying to shoot them. What I'm going to do, I'm going to have a quick pick up and put a wobbler out as well, the pine wood floaters. Way out there. Try and make the birds come in on the inside. Yeah, the only problem I've got, like I say, is the sun. And when I pop over the net, of course the sun is magnifying my face. I should put a face veil on, really. I've got one in the car, I'll get it dropped off shortly. As the sun moves around right-handed, it should end up more or less 90 degrees square to me. The decoys will show. Normally the best time for shooting here is 11 till 3:30, 4 o'clock, as late as you want to be. One sneaked in under the sun again.
It's been a fine day, with hundreds of birds and a shooter who knows how to take advantage of his chances. Jim can put another red-letter day in the book. It's his job to try and keep down the number of birds in the area, as they create enormous damage to the farmers' crops. Pigeons are truly wild birds, and every day provides new challenges to Jim.
My patience paid off there. Why take one if you can get two? Like I say, it's not quite midday. Probably got another 4 hours shooting. There's lots of birds moving now. And this is what we normally expect from this piece of ground. Normally starts very well, goes quiet for 3 or 4 hours. And then, like I say, 11:30 onwards, probably till 4 o'clock, the sky's the limit. If you can look at on the outside edge of the decoy pattern all the way along, you can see a big number of feathers which are laying on the ground, the winter wheat. And we think this is spooking the birds a little bit. Obviously we can't do much about it, but just to the right there where the big area is for the killing area, the last lot of pigeons have come and they've all come up to outside edge of the decoys. Like that one, 50, 60 yards out, not in the slightest bit interested, and straight round. The birds we seem to be shooting now are coming from behind us. We're catching them unawares. They're seeing the big volume of pigeons as they cross the hedge from behind, and some of them are decoying very well, but the birds that are coming up the field all the way, get very spooky. Some birds coming in from the left now. Hanging out there about 40 yards.
Keep pouring out of the forest. The large gangs are tempting, but Jim prefers to shoot only at singles or gangs of 2 or 3. Even though it's his job, Jim still likes what he's doing. He's good at his work, and misses are few and far apart. It's truly a pleasure to watch a professional at work. One of Jim's strong points is his ability to wait for just the right moment to fire his shot. The strong wind makes the birds very wobbly in the air, so correct timing is important.
to end up with a very good bag. You know, as you've just seen there, the birds seem to decoy better when they're only in little small gangs, 2s, 3s and 6s. It's as though they're guided by all the others when they keep arriving to these gangs of 60s, 80s and 100s. One bird jinks out the side and all the others seem to follow suit.
The next batch of pigeons appear as singles or pairs, and Jim demonstrates that it makes it a whole lot easier to get them close enough for a shot. Retrievers are rarely used when shooting pigeons. The open ground makes it easy to locate shot birds. Yet another gang of birds appear, and like so many times before this afternoon, they seem to take no interest in a close encounter with Jim's decoys.
Still 2:30 in the afternoon, as you've just seen. Birds still coming in big gangs, winter formation. You know, I'd have thought starting shooting at 8 o'clock in the morning would have split these birds up a little bit by now, but they're still ganging all up. Makes it very difficult to shoot big numbers when they're coming in gangs like that. All the big days, and normally when the birds come in 2s and 3s at a time. It's much easier to concentrate on left and rights with just 2 or 3 birds there than it is if you've got 40 or 50 sitting in front of you.
This is how we want them to appear, and that's the way to shoot them. Despite his extreme low usage of cartridges per bird, and even though Jim has plenty of cartridges with him, he's still been known to run out of ammunition. The world record for number of pigeons shot in one day by one gun is an astonishing 661. Jim decides to call it a day. He has bagged 180 pigeons, truly a red letter day.
Well, there we are. It's taken 3/4 of an hour to pack everything up. All the empty cartridges, all the sandwich boxes and cartridge cases, everything we needed. Shot 180 pigeons with just under 250 shots with a new gun. And here I'll put everything in out so you can see everything you need here.